All right, all right. Here early. Usually I'm here late, but I'm here early. Here early. So hopefully, hold on. I've had an issue with this microphone. Make sure it's facing the right way. All right, I think it's facing the right way. I can hear my videos like me moving, and sometimes I'm not in the right spot for the mic. So hopefully I can not do that tonight. It's been a while since I've streamed. I have been trying to put out content on the shorts and on the video, like the long form video, and I'm posting content on TikTok. And Insta scam, if that's either is your thing, if neither, that's fine. To be perfectly honest, neither is my thing either. Just in that crazy social media world where you gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm trying to get in that habit of just doing what I gotta do as far as promotion and using shorts and all that. Because we're gonna be doing a lot more with the music. I'm getting antsy on pushing that out. We're gonna start doing promotion as soon as I can get stuff done. As far as that, I do want to re-record some of the vocals, do some re-edits. But we're pretty much done with the first project. Working on the second, and working on getting everything legal as a beagle and all that good stuff, and marketing and videos, and do a little practice. So I'm in a good place. I'm in a stressed place. Still working, tired, slept all day. Actually had a bit of a rough day. I'll tell y'all since ain't nobody here yet. But I mean, you guys can always go back. But fucking went to Costco. So Costco doesn't take every credit card. Like, it won't take MasterCard unless it's a debit. And I left my card in the car and got to the register, didn't realize it, and they wouldn't take any other cards, so I was fucked. So that was annoying. And that was annoying. But that's really all that happened today, honestly. I've been wanting to make music, and then I just certain visual stuff I need to test as well, and I haven't been doing that. That's no. Sorry, trying to get that bread and butter combo. Hey, Retro Richard. Appreciate you being here. I know Tuesday, I know what you call it is streaming, AJ streaming, Matt streaming. So that's a quick way to get in the combo. Not as bad. I like this one though. Going to the got the club going up on a Tuesday. They used to have different things for clubs. That's dead, man. Even in cities like, I guess in cities like Houston, it's still alive. My brother be going out, so it ain't like you can't do it. But I'm not, I'll go out every time to get. My brother actually invited me. I was sick. I've been sick. That's nothing. I was sick all fucking weekend. It's kind of a shitty weekend, but as you talk it out, you don't want to be too. What do they say? You have bad moments. You don't have bad days, type shit. So got to be positive. Hope it stays dead. Well, yeah, like that used to be a whole thing. They killed it though. Like with everything, they get greedy. They forget the whole point of why you liked it in the first place. No attention to the dead man. What you got? No, I just had my allergies were killing me. And I don't know why. But yeah, they got too expensive, just like everything else, like movies. We'll get into how superhero movies are dying, which they've been dying for a while. But I'm trying to do new combos and extend off it. But it's the end of superhero movies. It's been for a while. Really, Endgame was the last one. Okay, they did have No Way Home, but outside of that, and you'll still have that Spider-Man next year. That'll probably be one of the last big movies. And we're actually, even though I've been making content about DC, we're going to start on the Marvel side. So apparently, they're shooting this Doomsday movie, right? And apparently they tried to shoot it one way with Robert Downey Jr. and a body double, but he didn't like how that worked. Or he didn't like how it came out. So they're reshooting a month of content, basically. A month of content that they already shot. A month plus. And that's messing up some actors' schedule. And apparently, as a result, him and Deadpool, a.k.a. Ryan Reynolds, have gotten into it. And apparently also the script is not even finished for this movie. They're just shooting it. Which is not totally uncommon. It's not even a new practice, right? But that's what's happening. So yeah, Here Ryan Reynolds keep fighting people. MCU, yeah, I thought the MCU I've been saying the MCU is overrated for some years. I don't care if it costs $1 to do, man. It's so far toxic. People making fun of us for not doing it, drinking and doing drugs. Oh, you going back to that club? Yeah, that's weird. That making fun of people for not killing themselves. I mean, no one, everybody just being addicted to liquor was a bad idea. I like that combo better. Oh yeah, he's had a lot of fights with people. Ryan Reynolds has had a lot of fight with people, and then like you said, it's a shit move for Robert Downey to basically have wasted everybody's time. And in many ways, Ryan Reynolds kind of the only one saying what everyone's thinking type shit. So it's just, these egotistical actors are starting to eat themselves for a movie again. There's no script. They're just shooting. They're raw dogging this bitch. And apparently that's not the first time they've raw dogged the movie. And apparently this is not the first time they've had people clash. And then what they're doing is trying to CG them. In any scene that they need to be together, this will be CG'd in. So they don't have to shoot the movie together. So it's just like, it's a mess. And I don't know, this is it for Marvel. They, Spider-Man's always going to be pretty popular. Until they fuck that up, they got at least that. But that's a Sony property at the end of the day. They only get a piece. And Sony don't know what to do with the rest of Spider-Man. He said, yeah, doing drugs was so cool, man. Now you talking politics and what about straight? Hey. This is what happened when you don't hire new young talent. Yeah, they haven't hired talent, or the talent they hired, they had to go through that whole wokeness gimmick for a good few years. In fact, you mentioned talent. A lot of people are looking for the days of Ike Perlmutter back in. He was the head of Marvel before they sold and into them selling to Disney. And a lot of people the comics were certainly better under Ike Perlmutter. There's no debate about that. But the movies were too. And listen, I am MCU was overrated. guy, and I've been saying that for years. Not just, even before you came on the channel. Pause. Rich, I was saying, I just said to Matt. Shout out to partner in Culture Crime Fight, who I believe streamed on Tuesday as well. But hey, question. May not be Rich. Hey, Cotton. Appreciate you being here. But yeah, I've said the MCU is overrated, and especially starting 2015, 2016. Appreciate you being here, question. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to your channel, your Instagram blowing up, 1,000+ followers, 1,100 followers in like 2 weeks. I hope I can have the same success on the scam, as I call it, as you. Cause that's dope. Hey, Fizz not staying for long. That's cool. Appreciate you being here. Just talking about the end of superhero movies. I'll start off with the MCU. I talked enough about James Gunn. I'll get to it, I'm sure. But apparently Ryan Reynolds and RDJ is fighting. It is kind of a valid reason, because it looks like Robert Downey basically delayed this whole fucking movie by a couple months. And it's not all his fault, because I'm gonna say there's a lack of direction. They don't have a finished script. He didn't like how it came out using the body double, so now he's in the Doom armor, and so they're redoing it. Been trying to post since 2020, taking out multiple accounts. Well, I know this account I've been making content since 2020. Hey, listless, and I know this account is suppressed. I'm surprised they let me get a little bit of numbers with some of the shorts on James Gunn. But you keep on trucking. That's why I do a bunch of different content now. I don't just focus on politics and some of this other stuff, because it be fucking with you, man. They be fucking with, maybe they'll fuck with you for it. But that's how this started. We was talking about all this crazy shit, and then we would do games and kind of get fucked with a little bit less. But now it's basically just about the games. I don't even. James Gunn. I had forgot how bad the tweets were until you posted them. You're not on Instagram. Follow the question if you are. He reposted James Gunn's tweets. I forgot they were that bad and fucked up when I did my video. I almost want to do another video just like, yo, this shit is wild. You know what I mean? And then to have that fucking orgy at listen, that fucking Superman movie didn't even make all of his money back. You already got the pass, as we mentioned with these tweets, where it was some kind of sus shit. And okay, what do you do with this big property, the DCU, with when your first movie already bombed, but they're giving you another chance anyway? What do? You do a fucking orgy. Episode 1. And I don't want to hear it's mature, it's this, that, and the third. Why didn't you remind people as mature? Wouldn't it have been made more sense to remind people like, hey, yeah, this is like our Deadpool. This is our, rated R property. Instead of just surprising people who, the few people that did go see this damn movie, who may have went with their kids. I'm talking about Superman. And they say, oh, so Peacemaker's a part of it. I don't really know the DCU like that. I don't really know James Gunn's old content like that. So since this is kind of family oriented, even though I know it wasn't perfect, talking about Superman, why not, at least warn the parents? And then in the same way you could market it, but instead, no, not 20%. Some people just, I'm going to just have my son or daughter watch Peacemaker with me. And yes, you should be watching as TV mature, but it's like, y'all really want to trick parents. That's what it is. Why they always, there's an orgy in the first scene of, or not the first scene, the first episode of Peacemaker. They put an orgy in it. And you're right. They made John Cena get naked for the Oscars a few years ago. And he down to do it. Him and The Rock. I mean, if you heard the rumors about Vince, you know what I'm saying? I'm facing this fucker. Jesus Christ. You know this motherfucker going all day. You win. You going all day and play Tekken. Good for you. But yeah, they always making John Cena. He always down to get naked and do something gay. Always. He don't question shit. Dwayne Johnson, they all do. They'll do a little strange thing for a change. A lot of these actors is G for P, gay for pay, and a lot of these wrestlers were too. I don't think Batista is. The reason I say that, I'm not saying he couldn't be. You know, I don't know, because he ain't perfect. But Batista is like the best actor of them, but he be getting the worst roles out of all the recent wrestler turned actor. You got Cena, Rock, and Batista. He's, to me, clearly the best actor of them. I mean, MJF is just starting out, so we'll see. And we'll see if he stick to comedy roles, maybe he can fuck, because he in Happy Gilmore too with Adam Sandler. And it's funny, he's the perfect kind of for Adam Sandler, honestly. So that's why I'm like, I'm give him at least a trial. Because he seemed like an Adam Sandler. I wish he was around in the 90s to do them old Adam Sandler movies. He just got that vibe. But of the major three, Batista seemed to be the best of them with actual acting, but he doesn't get the big roles like Rock and Cena. I'm guessing, I'm making a guess. Oh, yeah, they did make him doggone on Amy Schumer, Cotton. And I heard that scene got real between him. He was on what was that shit, Trainwreck? He was fucking Amy Schumer in that movie. I heard he was really fucking her too. And John Cena, he likes the big bitches. He said that on Howard Stern. He don't give a fuck. He been fucking big wrestling hoes since 2006. He don't give a fuck. He just said, listen, man, I'm just going off of what. See, he don't really give a fuck. But no, Chris Tucker, Wayne's twins, Robert Pattinson, they all did. A lot of them do weird shit for the Hollywood Roads. What was the rumor on Superman Returns? Brandon Routh allegedly had a orgy with Kevin Spacey and the director. What's his name? Bryan Singer. So that was alleged. I cannot find that shit no more. It used to be on the internet, cause he had said it on in an interview. It wasn't just like some, but that shit been wiped from the internet where he said that Kevin Spacey and Bryan Singer made him do shit so he can do Superman Returns in 2006, and that wasn't even a big hit. That happens. You might give up the butt for no reason. Could y'all imagine? You done sold to the devil for. I'm sure he got a check. Sure, I say he ain't shit. He probably made like $50 million for that movie. You know what I mean? But still, and yeah, Bryan Singer and Kevin Spacey is both known to young boys. You can find every male actor in the dress except Henry Cavill. Yeah, I don't remember him being in the dress, but you can find a lot of them. Even Dave Chappelle, who talked about it, you can find him in the dress. Was it Robin Hood Men in Tights? So Hollywood, and that's why they wanted your kids to see an orgy. But luckily, that movie is so fucking unsuccessful that only a few thousand kids got traumatized like that. Luckily, they fucking up so bad that they can't even do what they mean to do. Oh, I got her. Yeah, they hate Chris Pratt. There's a few of them they don't like. Any of them that, because Chris Pratt's supposedly religious, and I'm not so always apt to believe, somebody who purports to be religious, but Lord knows they don't even want that. They don't even want fake Christians. Not saying he is or isn't, but damn it. You ain't never leave the kids. Miss Doubtfire. And that was fucked up. Miss Doubtfire. Hey, you ain't gonna get custody of your kids, so you gotta impersonate a woman just to see your children. What type of shit is that? Golly. Seem way worse than Family Law. That's crazy. Family Law is another evil. I mean, shit. Listen, I'm not saying you should stay in an abusive relationship and shit like that, but they done made relationships so fucking disposable to so many people that, that's why we don't have families anymore. And look what they can do without families, you know what I'm saying? I think that's why it's so easy to get people to fall for anything. People don't have that family structure, and and myself included. I ain't got no family. I got family, but I ain't got like my own. I ain't got no wife and kids, so I'm not special. I'm the same way. And it's not necessarily financially the most comfortable things. Oh yeah, check out Richard's side. I put in a sidekick application as well. I can use all the help I can get. And shit, if you're free to be, if you want to be a mod, I make everybody a mod. Have 20 more, I'll get yours. I see. And shout out to doing what you doing. You talking a lot of cash on Instagram. Parents divorced to walk in the sunshine, commit more kids ripped apart. Yeah, it's like a lot of kids just get used to not having, it's just single parent household. That co-parenting is not parenting. I mean, I get that might be what you have to do. I ain't trying to say, because I don't know my future hold, but this is why I don't plan on having kids. It's like, all right, I done missed my chance. Yeah, you didn't talk about yours situation. And so I'm getting whooped on because I can't talk and fight. Which is the whole point of the goddamn stream, right? Okay, I say that, I'm gonna still get whooped on. Oh shit. Oh man. Is Question Nas? I don't know who Question is. I thought he was Richard for the longest time. Just following on Instagram, but I don't know who he is. Both your parents are drug addicts. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Shout out to Question. No, he's not Nas. But it's almost like, man, you on the channel, because some of the stuff you saying, man, you be saying, I see you think similar to me, and I appreciate, because just be some of the political stuff, talking about, it's both sides. So many people still act like there's a liberal and there's a Democrat, or there's a Republican and Democrat, and it's like, clearly it's not. People don't really see how. That's why they got so divided again. They ain't got families. We don't have families. Communities was based on multiple families coming together. But if we don't have families, we don't have communities. So we don't come together. We're all atomized. We all got our little phone screen and little technology that we can afford. And this is how we trying to interact with each other. If you do want to go out and about, where do you go? All they got is liquor. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like to drink. Now, I say that Houston actually does have a bunch of places. The problem with Houston is it's a goddamn city state. And it's like... It takes 2 hours to get anywhere, and it's like, man, I could just stay in my little 15-minute city and be cool. That take conspiracy theories. Some of the stuff you speak is common sense. Yep, common sense is not common. and go to bring people together. And then you are dead on with the dead internet stuff, man. It's clear there's a lot of bots. Cause I don't, especially the defending the James Gunn stuff. I saw some of that stuff on your page. It's like, bro, especially looking at those tweets again, it's like, okay, man, you gotta be a bot, because no human would be talking about that to the material we talking about. Oops. Okay. Now I'm practicing the combo. There you go. Never saw the James Gunn tweets. If you're on Instagram, you can look. I don't. We're trying to think you're a Twitter guy, but if you're on Instagram, and I don't know if Question got Twitter, but he reposted the tweets. Yeah, at least I believe at least 50% of everything is bots, and you done seen those bot farms. Oh yeah, I remember that stream where some bot is talking about your stream on Christmas. That was crazy. But yeah, the tweets was talking about raping people, raping kids. They were back in 2009, 2010, but everything was about rape and messing with little boys. But they were all presented as jokes. And when they, I forgot when they came out, was it 2017, 2018? He got fired, but then eventually they brought him back to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Man, this person in Africa, sheesh. Is people even playing Tekken? Golly. $8 Batman stream, but you talk crap about me. Yes. James Gunn was right. Was about yeah, and that's nothing he did. He was around a lot of people who had questionable parties. I think he was around guys like Bryan Singer. Remember when he got fired? He was like 16. Yeah, I'm not sure of the timetable. Either got hit with bots or his fan club is in denial. Oh yeah, and then you said, what was it, Karl Malone? Like that happened longer than that, but it's still fucked up. Cause who jokes about raping little boys? Like perverts do. That's who. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, nah, man. People were trying to defend it, and it's like there's no defending that shit, man. And then he's adding. To me, it's clear that he's a sicko, and he wants to be perverted to the youth. And I know it may sound extreme to some, but to me, it's obvious, especially with this Peacemaker shit. Because again, you would think you would market the fact that it's adult oriented as a marketing point, not just to let parents know that who just saw Superman that there might be some adult content, but just to market to other people who are like, okay, this, even the MCU has this adult oriented stuff like Deadpool, even if he is beefing Dr. Doom / Iron Man right now. That's another can of worms, which we may get back onto. But okay, you would think, okay, you want people to know this is a more adult oriented show, but instead you market it like, oh, you need to be, if you saw Superman, you should be watching Peacemaker. They coincide together, and families is gonna watch, and you don't give them no warning, no nothing, that hey, they gonna see some crazy shit. I'm of the belief the reason is because you wanted them to see it. You wanted them to get shot, and they said, well, we had TV mature and this. It was duplicitous. It was duplicitous in its nature. You were trying, and I might be mispronouncing that word, but you were trying to dupe someone. You were trying to manipulate somebody, and oh fuck, that's it. Oh, you check the hard drive. Yeah, if you check James Gunn hard drive, I'm sure Chris Hansen would be very interested in that hard drive. The FBI would be interested in that hard drive. Oh, man, I'm getting jacked up. This is why I'm not doing rank right now, because I'm still just trying to learn Jack. Yeah, and that's another thing. We're in the era where they over the top with trigger warnings, and you didn't give no warning that this was an adult oriented show to people who don't know. Because nobody give a fuck about Peacemaker. They've been hyping that shit up, but like I don't even think Peacemaker is really doing numbers like that. Trying to get in contact with Chris Hansen. Well, I mean, he just got this Roblox thing. Was good. Hopefully they could do something about Roblox. I see the CEO step down. Like, golly, that's been a cesspool for a while. I mean, we saw the videos of the poor kid invited some like 38-year-old man to her house type shit. Gave him the address, and he was just about as retarded. Not to disparage anybody, but I mean, the motherfucker was legitimately special needs himself. But it's like, man, if that was a sick, that could have been a way worse situation. And this person, and you think about how many situations would have been way worse that we just didn't hear about, didn't go viral, with kids giving away their information to somebody on Roblox because they don't know no better. And we in the age of parenting. You hand your kid an iPad, you hand your kid a controller, and you try to go to freak offs and try to go to bars. That's the new way age of parenting. Say watch the first season of Peacemaker. I'm not watching after this shit. I'll fuck the Peacemaker. And fuck that retcon too. That was stupid. Catch a Prayer ended it. Roblox was greenlit and nobody cared. It's sad. People do care, but people didn't got scared. Maybe that's an oversimplification or an excuse. Jesus Christ. Damn it. Hey, listless and forbidden, sorry. Just talking about into Hollywood, Roblox, Catch a Predator. Shit, I don't know if I played it in one episode a few weeks ago when Tim Tebow, of all people, he's involved in an organization that's fighting child trafficking. He had a lot of interesting stuff to say. Damn it. It's very widespread, and as I've said, the Epstein thing, a lot of been talking about the Epstein list, rightfully so, but that's still only the tip of the iceberg. This is how these motherfuckers, the so-called elites that aren't elite, this is how these motherfuckers get down. And it's clear that there's just been such a proliferation of this shit. That's how they really want us to get down. They want us to be as deprived as them. So Peacemaker's not an interesting character, violent patriot with a Nazi dad. It changed it to an American Aryan guy, but still not interesting. Damn it. MAGA dad. Is that what he is? Shit. I don't know how anybody could be. The hero worship thing got to stop. But having Roblox. So just people have been, predators have been using Roblox for years. The FBI is involved. There was a streamer / content creator who works with police using Roblox to set up sting operations, almost to Catch a Predator-esque. Roblox kicked them off the platform. There we go. And then that's when the controversy started, because they kicked this guy who's trying to catch predators off the platform. And then that's when the issue started. That's when the CEO eventually stepped down, and Chris Hansen is doing his own investigation into Roblox as well. Damn it. So yeah, they were grooming kids through games. surprised by anything by cut down day that they're trying to trade Cam Robinson, Brandon Holland. That's the one thing I am surprised, because this team needs so much offensive line help, and it's cool that Ursary has become what they wanted him to, off rip, but still, you would think, like, why would you trade Cam Robinson so quick? Because you're still going to need help. So that is my only surprise. Muscle buster. Got him. I think there are more Predators too. That would make more sense if you are wait till the mid-season deadline. So at least if there is any value in them still and you need them, you would know. That would make more sense. Yes, I agree. But yeah, I feel like they want more Predators. That's what they culturally want. They want us to be as deprived as them. That's why they gave us social media, so we can gain their vanity. But they want more Predators. They want more. Love them, hate them, whatever. The incel thing is real. There's a lot of generations, and they're not all Generation Z or A. A lot of them millennials, some Zoomers, I don't know. I guess Boomers is too old to count, right? Some Xers, some of the younger Xers, into millennials, into Zoomers. But there's a lot of misguided young men, and they want them into. They really want LGBT to be a gateway to pedophilia. For real. Libiquita, as Brandon Jamal would say. They want that to be a gateway. They've been wanting that, and it often is. So this is by design. That's what they want. If you got a lot of more people isolated, they start fucking with the prawn, and then you start sending them prawn, and maybe that's not a woman, that's a man, and maybe they still cool with it, and then all of a sudden it gets a little bit more deprived. Oops, did not mean to do that. That's it. And that's just how it goes. Alien versus Predator, but they're ripping apart pedos. That's why CEO banned the hunter to protect his comrades. Exactly, forbidden ruin. Hey, Cinch Dildo. Ryan Reynolds the jackass. Well, apparently, that's what Robert Downey thinks. It seems like they both being the jackasses, though, honestly. If you heard that story, which we talked a little bit about small time. That's what I wanted to talk about, not child predators, but Roblox came up. So we kind of talk about everything, talking about superhero movie. And then, the weirdness of James Gunn came up. So we talking about superheroes, predators, Chris Hansen, all sorts of stuff. All sorts of stuff today. Oh, come on. Got him. Watching LA, San Francisco, all California confused as Trump deports their cities. I'm not. Oh Lord, I'm done with the Trump thing. I'm done paying attention. I mean, you can talk about it, but that's the last thing I'm focused on. I'm not saying he shouldn't be, because as the question said, everything is all connected. But I'm just done with the orange man after the Epstein list, personally. I'm done looking at him as anything other than a Fed. I could care less about the deportations. I could care less about pretty much everything. I'll do what happened to the cost of eggs. Point out goes, yeah, they do push Troon shit to people. Oh, they admitted it on tape. Yeah, the Prime Elgo. And then, remember during the lockdown, even before the lockdown, actually, they kept doing incest prime. Incest prime was a big thing. They're trying to corrupt people spiritually. That's why they want you in the incest and all this other weird shit. Once you start doing weird shit like that, you hop, skip, and a jump away from messing with the youth. They want you so deprived that you fade into that shit. Or shit, if they only get you addicted to porn, they cool with that too. Damn it. So yeah, they shit, yeah, but yeah, the porn arrows definitely always trying to push some sick shit on you. Now I've been off of Who's They. Well, we'll just say the powers that be. I don't know the powers that should not be, but that are. How about that? Because that can be a can of worms in and of itself too. God. Okay, he's gonna keep doing that. No. Oh, you can't fucking sidestep that! Fucker. He kept backing up. See, I didn't want to say that. I was trying not to say that. Question. Oh, shit. Yeah, it used to be the pizza guy comes over, the cool guy comes over. How am I gonna pay you type shit? But now it's okay, yeah, I understand that too. That there's not an actual list. Like, yeah, that's for practical purposes. It should be the Epstein files. But that you campaigned on this shit and you talked about this shit, and then all of a sudden there's no Epstein files and it's all a hoax and it's all this. You're the motherfucker that brought it up. It just showed you how fucking fake politics are as a thing anyway. The government is ran by pedophiles. We all have to accept that. Unfortunately, the government is ran by it, and most of the major corporations in America are ran by them as well, including the one you work for. if you blessed enough to have a job, yes, that one too. Whoever's the head or the private equity group that runs it, that's the shit they into. Because they demonic and they ain't shit. Hey, listeners, I appreciate it. Hey, Fizz, appreciate you being here if you got to get out of here. And yeah, the age of consent is 16 in a lot of places. I forgot. I think we watched something on that. It's like, that's fucking crazy to me. The fucking age of consent in most of America is 16, not 18. Just shows you how fucked up and the mind this shit is always been. You're really 18, really isn't. Jeez. Bitch. It's pretty much 16 all over the world since nose grow. And yeah, they do want to lower the age of consent, which is sick. Wow. Said the old corporation used to work for, CEO got arrested because he had child prime. That's not a shot. 18 is okay if you're around that age, but is it really okay? Do you think a 50-year-old should be with an 18-year-old? And I admit, at some point, you just gotta live with, there has to be some age set. But I see what he's saying by, like, man, 18, it's like, it's still not, that may be legal, that's still kind of, I would consider that to be immoral. To be, oh, I'm dead. 10-year gap. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. 10 year within 10 years, I can. But even then, you damn near 30 dating an 18-year-old. I would say something wrong with you. But if you 21 dating an 18-year-old, I'm not gonna. You still young yourself. she probably should be dating 19-year-old. But you like with Shannon Sharp, and that's why he get what he fucking deserve. Wasn't that girl at 19, 20, and he's like in his 50s? Now you owe that girl millions of dollars. You know what? You kind of deserve that for being a fucking perv. There are prettier women, and I ain't saying you gotta date another. If you want to date a woman a little younger than you, that's fine. But you can date a woman even in her 30s, and you in your 50s. It's not the same as somebody 18, 19, 20. So it's like, to me, that's still morally kind of fucked up. It may be legally, I get at one point you do got to say, hey, motherfucker is an adult. So even, because it ain't like 21 would be that much better for a 50-year-old. But, so I understand what she's saying by that. It's like, man. And the women too, because shit, we seeing all these sugar mamas handing out PS5s. Oh, that's it. ESPN bitch is going after what his face former ESPN Skip. Yeah, they both. Skip and Shannon. That whole sports. All them motherfuckers is freaks. The whole sports journalism era. That whole thing. That whole industry is what I'm trying to say. They're all into some weird shit. Wife swapping type motherfuckers. I'm not saying that's what they do, but sheesh. And sorry. Got him. What's skin count? What does Sharp say about skin? Oh, just fuck that combo up. A teacher can't get with an 18-year-old student legally. Don't mean they don't. Because Lord knows this teacher's getting with students younger than that. This teacher's getting with 12-year-olds. And most of them female. And then there's always some creep. Oh, I wish that was me. Fucking creeper. And then, like, it don't always be normal situations neither. They still, I wish it was me. Like, a lot of them, like, a couple of times it'd be fucking couples. Like, so, and you, again, you got goofy. And I'm sure a lot of these people are bots, but of course, some of these people is real. So you'll have a teacher, maybe she looks somewhat photogenic. She's 24, and she's messing with the youth. And you just read the headline, and some perv is going to say, oh, I wish that was me. But you read the story, turns out her and her husband's recording the kids and all sorts of weird shit. And all sorts of shit. It's not like no consensual, happy, old, I'm in this 80s teens movie type shit. No, it's like a traumatic ass experience that nobody will want. But when you so perved out, watching tranny porn, gooned out of your mind, any sexual experience, regardless of how deprived it is, sound like something to do. That's, that's how we got to Roblox. That's how we got to Peacemaker with Dixon all in the fucking episode. Because some sick deprived motherfucker and some sick deprived motherfucker with too much power trying to push some bullshit onto everybody else. Oh, we just froze. What the fuck? Shit. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna read some of your comments since I'm getting whooped on by Tejano. Yeah, most teachers are PDFs. Oh, I did see that. Again, we're not trying to, go at no group, but I did see that, Cotton. Israel's head of cybersecurity got busted for being a predator, and they sent him back to Israel. But he didn't go to jail. Short before Sharp was fired from ESPN, they wanted to have this pretty mocha skin, big titty idiot as the permanent co-host. They said no. He said no, so they fired him. Well, they love mocha skin, big titty idiots on FS1 and ESPN. They love that shit. But no, I did not remember that he didn't want a chick on the show. I'm sick of it. Listen, this is why I don't watch ESPN. This is why don't let the furry kick me. The furry already did beat the hell out of me. But this is why I don't watch ESPN, because it's bullshit and it's agenda. And that's I made a video on that. I've been making a lot of videos recently. So you haven't been checking out the channel, please check out the channel. Not just sports. I'm talking about regular topics and shit again. Even though this is sports related. But ESPN, they done bought up. They got rights with baseball. They got rights for football. They got rights with basketball. They got rights with wrestling. Over the past few months, they done bought up rights for all these different properties, right? Cool. The plan is to put it behind this paywall. They got ESPN. I guess it's not ESPN Plus. It's just ESPN, the app. And so they're trying to paywall everything. It's $30 a month, unless you have certain cable packages. Demeaning sexist things he said. Oh, well, Shannon Sharp wanted to work for Disney. He didn't want to be independent. He wanted to go after young girls. He wanted to still fuck OnlyFans models. He wanted these things. This is what comes with that. If you were independent, you wouldn't. Who cares what ESPN thinks? But now your brand is tarnished. So now you go independent, it's not going to be quite the same. But you should have just took Club Shay Shay, been independent, and that's it. But you didn't have the heart to do it. You wanted ESPN money. You wanted to fuck OnlyFans models. So you get what you fucking deserve. He knew she would do this. He admitted on his personal show. Mike Green, man, I ain't gonna say nothing about that. Mike Greenberg. I thought it was always weird that they picked him out of Mike and Mike. I liked Mike and Mike at the time when I thought they liked each other back in the 2000s to the 10s. But I'm gonna leave that alone because I swear I got no itch. Just like Cotton says, one country that stands out harboring convicted PDF files. Guess which one it is? Again, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave these things alone. This whole bombardment degeneracy and like every algo is making wish list in 1850. You have to take your brother on a date. Like, corporals love mediocre talent. Yep, because they do whatever they tell them to. That's at the end of the day, you're correct. They do whatever they tell them to. And yeah, it is a bombardment of degeneracy, man. It's about that's exactly what it is. It's just like degeneracy at every fucking turn. Degeneracy at every fucking turn. And they're not gonna get everybody with everything, but they'll get enough people with enough things that they'll give you some vice. Yeah, I'm sick of goon culture. You know what I mean? The one guy in the Dodge Charger who offed himself. The memes were, that was fun. But like this goon shit is, fucking lust is a sin. You know what I'm saying? It's just sinful, man. And they just got us so corrupted and so over sexualized. And they started with the kids. They put sex in the Lion King and it's a subliminal message, and they did all that evil shit. They put a piece of porno in The Wanderers back in the 70s. What books were they burning at anyway? Uh-oh. ESPN wanted Gooning and viewing for the... Yeah. ESPN fired everyone she was involved with, including her. Wow. But see, that's the thing. They don't want competent sports talk. They just want a bunch of hot take artists and a bunch of eye candy. And we know we do love Israel. We love Israel, and we're not trying to say anything about them in any negative way. I promise. Here comes Dragon off. Here comes some bullshit. What the hell? I want this bullshit. Got him. Do not let Fate Dracula kick my ass. I will not. Oh yeah, Retro Richard has multiple. He started off with a DCAU. I guess you want to say adaptation / fill in between the years of the end of Justice League and the beginning of Static Shock with the his own character. And then he created his own character altogether called Octopus Man. And he's on Wattpad. And it's a lot of creative people in the chat, man. A lot of people with their own channels. Fizz does stuff. He does animation. I know he left out. There's people with their own channels that'll show up. So yeah, it's a lot of creative people. I appreciate you being here, man. And feel free to stick around as Dracula whoops on me. Mad Dog should stick to baseball. Steven, that's another thing. Yeah, let people stick to their own sport. I'm so sick of all these basketball people who want to talk about football or whatnot. Let people who know their sport speak to their sport. Or they keep having and some of the stuff he said was okay, but PK Subban, who's a hockey guy, talk about basketball. It's like, well, you know what? You're not a basketball guy. And you're just talking shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're just blaming LeBron for shit that's not his fault, to be honest. And I get, LeBron James is a hot topic, but it's like, why don't you stick to the shit you know? Oh boy, Cotton is getting he's going deep, going 200,000, 270. What was it? I ain't gonna try to guess the number. He's going 200,000 deep, man. 200,000 deep. Let's just say that. Super dark. But I hate. That's why I don't watch ESPN. That's why I try to provide an alternative to ESPN on my own channels. I fucked this up and missed. That's it for this round. I choked away this round. Yeah, there's a lot of that. They use LeBron. They marketed LeBron a different way than they market Jordan. They market Jordan by just guiding him up. They realized there was more money in making people polarizing. I call it the John Cena marketing plan. WWE realized it and everybody else realized it. And Justin Bieber was another guy early on. It's like, hey, if somebody's polarizing, that's just as good as them being beloved because people will talk about them all the damn time. Oh, fucked up. Because you get people who love them and hate them, and that gives more emotion to the conversation. And so once they figured that out, that's how they've been marketing people. That's how they market everybody now. Orange Man, he benefited from that polarized marketing. Some people really love him. Some people really hate him. As long as you're emotionally attached to him, it doesn't matter. That's why he's been the president most of the past 12 years, because at the end of the day, he was the main character in every election. Love him, hate him, feel different. The main character usually wins. Got him. Trump rather be hated than ignored. Yeah, Israeli puppet. And both sides are and always will be. And America got to at least know that. I don't care how polarized, how angry we are at each other. We got to at least know both sides cuck to Israel. If you don't know that, I don't know where you've been. I don't know what country you live in. I don't know what earth you're on. I don't know if you're on Earth 199, Earth 616, but it ain't the same earth we on. That's it. I think I missed something in the chat. Oops, missed it. It's not so easy to do right in the face, bitch. Nice. Woo! I live in Earth 12. Refuse to live in another man's life. Yeah, that's another thing, man. Like, I just don't understand not being the main character of my own life. I'm not trying to say I have main character syndrome, but I gotta be the main thing I focus on. I can't wake up, love or hate, and say, oh man, what has Trump done today? That's why I used to make fun of motherfuckers, even though he can't be a spur, fucking Air July. Oh, what did Air July do today? Like, what the fuck? Are you his girlfriend? Why you care about what he did today? Every day, all the day, all the live long day. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Stop watching anything with hot takes. Cruise series, you see the NBA, maybe. There's an Alien series. Ignore the critics for me on opinion. Starting to think it's hokey though. I didn't know there was an Alien series. Oh, I do remember the guy unsubbed because I showed pictures. It wasn't even him and Epstein. It was him and Clinton from the 90s. That he used to hang out with Clinton. He couldn't handle that shit. He said AI, this, that, and the third. I'm like, golly. It's not that serious. Trump not about to bail you out of jail. You get a DUI. You know what I'm saying? If you lower your rent, you can't call him. Then find retarded. A couple little things that budget would enjoy the address. I didn't know they did something. Since he bound Iran, Israel was, it has been a 180. What are we ever gonna get lower priced eggs, or is that just February 31st when that's dropping? And then America first. It's Israel first. It's Israel first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. You know what I mean? America ain't even in a goddamn equation. Maybe Matt is overreacting about what? How is Matt doing? I haven't been watching his content, but keep meaning to check him out on Tuesdays. But then shit, today I on stream. And then episode Pelton Chest Buster just lost me. Oh, the Alien show. Okay. Shit. I'm trying to lock in. Matt show folds how ridiculous Seattle is. Sheesh. Ooh. All right. Hate watching has to stop. Yeah, hate watching has to stop. What time does he stream on Tuesday? So I can, like, I hope I wasn't streaming alongside of him. I've been thinking about, culture crime fighting. I hope he's good. Nice. I think I got him. Got him! Batwoman have what season is absurd. People hate watch reviews. I stopped watching movie critics. Me too. I can't hate watch. That's why I stopped trying to be a movie critic. I can't even do a review of the Batman, which I think would do decent views for me because I don't like the movie. 6 or 7 p.m. Okay. That sounds about right. I'll probably try. Sometimes I try to check the replay. I was, asleep. Yeah. Nice. That it. Got him. Whoo. Can't even have a show that we use offers of Montoya instead of you. Oh yeah, she's been the question before. Renee Montoya, that's right. Instead of Vic Say. You know what? I would like a question. Not with this current regime. It's clear to me they're gonna have to get rid of this regime. I fuck up combos. It's clear that this guy, James Gunn's not the guy. And that sucks. That means it's, it'll be 2035 before they get a new regime in. Because it just takes so long in Hollywood. But question, there's a lot of DC characters that need some love. Question, and they different, show off the you done already alienated too much of the mainstream fans, right? I think there's a few people who still fuck with Marvel, but they're not enough to go see the Thunderbolts or Captain America or Fantastic Four. They're not enough to make that money, make that profitable. It ain't that many people who still care about Marvel, so you got way less of a fan base as you used to, right? So just focus on niche heroes and giving them, the question is a fucking great hero, great character, and is a character that we just talked about a bunch of real life conspiracies. You had a show like Mr. Robot on air. The questions could be similar to a show like that. And I mentioned show because I feel like question would benefit from a TV series more than a movie. And then you got characters like Plastic Man. If you are going to have a goofy ass character, if you are going to have that goofy ass James Gunn style, why don't you do it with a character that suits? Like Plastic Man, where okay, you can do that goofy, corny, weird shit. And he is a kind of a perverted character, so it wouldn't even be off. Fuck you. Change your name to Victor Sage. Fair enough. Oh shit, Critical Drinker. I couldn't tell you what Critical Drinker thinks about or talks about. Or if he, I thought a lot of the bigger channels may or may not have been bought and sold. Because sometimes it just don't seem like they was always... They ain't had the same smoke for everybody. It just didn't seem like they ain't had the same smoke. Is he really hate everything? Is he just snob? because the content is 80-20 hate. Yeah, it's just, that's the gimmick. That's the character. Everyone keeps tagging Jay's gun in your post, no matter how many times you say you don't want that man writing you. That's crazy. I'm watching a lot of music channels and gun stuff. Yo, what the hell is that gun? It's a short barrel shotgun, and it has drum attachments and a suppressor attachment, which I don't think that's gonna do much suppressing, and a fucking extendo attachment. It's 12 gauge short barrel. I forgot the brand. I want one though. I want one. Going back to the Alien show, people were saying they hate the Android part of the show, but I thought it was the best part. See, I know nothing of the Alien show. I didn't even know it was a thing. I'm watching music. I'm watching some of the stuff in music. Like I said, at least some of the hip hop stuff. I might, speaking of music, I might have somebody who can, at a low cost, help me mix my bullshit ass music. So that's helpful. We'll see how that goes. We're doing the first test mix, and we'll see how that goes, because that would be helpful. So that's cool. And I'm getting excited about releasing shit as far as me. And I did not hear Supreme Clientele 2. There's a lot of mixed reviews about it. I am wondering about Mass Appeal's direction. It makes me feel like an unk. Even though I like a lot of the content, a lot of the rappers they dealing with, it does make me feel like an unk. But I mean, it is what it is. I think with the Cape, the Cape shit's dying. The Cape shit's dying. With Superman was a failure. It was a commercial failure. And then you follow it up with this bullshit with Peacemaker with an orgy. The first episode, you co-market them on digital platforms. And then they can't even get this fucking Doomsday movie filmed. They basically wasted a month and a half filming it. They got to reshoot it. They fucking up everybody's schedule. They fucking up all over Hollywood because they got so many damn actors in this movie. So when they do reshoots, it's basically all of Hollywood has to do reshoots. And they're fucking this shit up. They still don't have a fucking script. They don't have a finished script. They don't know how they're going to end the movie they're currently shooting, and they already had to reshoot the whole fucking thing because Robert Downey doesn't like how his scenes come off with a body double. And Ryan Reynolds and them is arguing over that shit, and it's a fucking mess. So superhero movies are pretty much dead. This is it. And y'all not the only ones who don't give a fuck, because that's why these movies ain't making hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. That's why Superman was a flop. It was a financial flop. They will not make their money back. They lost money. They lost hundreds of millions of dollars on this movie. And Marvel has lost even more with its recent movies. You're talking about Thunderbolts, Captain America, and Fantastic Four. None of the movies made $500 million total. And all of them probably need to make $8 million just to be profitable. So just wasting, they're just money laundering, blowing money fast. Blowing money fast. So this is the end. This is it. I think that what superhero content needs more than anything is a motherfucking break. You need a good 3 to 5 years to stop making these movies altogether and to make people want them again. That's what the fuck they need. That's what they need. All the movie whiners can go fuck themselves. Yeah, it's a tire racket. It's a tire racket. Who the fuck wants to spend years and years of their life focused on shit they don't like? What the fuck type of shit is that? Like the Outdoor Boys? Not familiar with Outdoor Boys. To be honest, I don't want to watch them either. Occasionally watched them a long time ago. Did he quit? Who quit making content? Oh, Outdoor. Maybe it's the Outdoor Boys. Hate does get more clicks. Wish I like some Call of Duty shit. I got tired of it. I'm not just gonna hate everything. I want to make it my own mind. Yeah, I had some enjoyment. Saw those semi-autos crazy in all the right ways. What firearm do I own? I lost them all in a boating accident, unfortunately. The jock riding for another riding crew is gay. Yo, Az is a weird dude, bro. Az is a weird dude. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up with comments. I've been missing the comments. I haven't watched any of that shit. I don't know if Az is still around. Remember them weird bitches, the Saska sisters? That's where I really stopped fucking with them. when they was trying to cape for those demonic aunts and thirsty ass, trying to get some auntie demon pussy. Ugh. Is he still on there? Yeah, I don't know. What the fuck did he go viral for? Some complained about pronouns. It's like, man, y'all get gay with this shit. Pause. Hey, Fizz, glad to have you back. Let's talk you up a little bit, your creativity, your digital animation. Had to start getting the Asian theories because the modern ones just went to the... Oh, boy. We're talking about fruit juice, I hope. I got the impression he was basically agoraphobic. Yeah. And listen, I'm not trying to knock somebody. I'm a little, agoraphobic. Damn boating accidents. That's what happens. Those are your girls. What do you mean? You talking about what? What we talking about? I think Az around can't watch me. I can't watch him. He might need a hard drive check. Oh, yep, the pronouns of Starfield. And it's like, Starfield is already a nightmare. Oh, the Saskas. Yeah, fuck them hoes. Talking about those my girls. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know if you ever seen the weirdness of the Saska sisters. I'm not sure if you aware of the fandom question. You ain't missed nothing. Just a bunch of, some of it started off cool. And listen, I know Matt. Isn't Matt like super cool with Nerd Rider? Didn't he watch his house or some shit like that? So, I'm not trying to not Nerd Rider, but I mean, he just part of that same crew where it's just complain. Let's get back to it. He did. Oh, you know about Eric July? Oh yeah. So I haven't got to tell you, but yeah, he sold out too. He sold out to those demons who Saskas worked on Marvel. I think they worked on the Black Widow movie. And listen, I met a lot of them in person too. I met and they were cool to me. I'm not knocking them. I'm not watching that bullshit. I'm not watching their content. And this is a cool outfit. I always like the weird ones. So shout out to Pac-Man beating the hell out of me. Oh man. Well, I'm getting perfected. Scam people with his comment. Just like both African American men selling out to European American women. I ain't taking that deep, but unfortunately, I wish I had something to dispel that for, but he's not even the first person to do that in this conversation. We already talked about Shannon Sharp. Like Rod did time. He did do time. Yeah, I met Comics Division. He was cool. I met Eric July. I met Neurotic. And I met the Geeks and Gamers dudes. Both of them. Who lied about not liking the one who lied about not liking Last Jedi and the other one. But yeah, that's wild. So he sold out to the European one. But he did sell out to the Saska sisters. And yeah, that comic. I don't know what's going on with that suit. That looks a little Führer-ish. But the comic was using allegedly, because I don't remember the specifics, so if I got this off, don't get mad at me. But he was using public domain assets and Jeremy. Jeremy's the one, and then I met the other one too, the redhead dude. Jeremy's the one who lied about not liking The Last Jedi. Oh yeah, was it Alpha Male Strategies? Where his fat wife was telling him to yell at hoes and not to tell men not to get married and all that. Well, he did time as an addict, if I remember correctly. It wasn't even like he was. I mean, maybe he did some like addict trapping, but he wouldn't, because I feel like Cotton is a Breaking Bad character, right? The shit you talk about, like, you was just somewhere in that area of the country. Like you could have better called Saul. I never understood G&G's popularity either. They were never my cup of tea. And one of y'all had pointed out I don't know if it was ruined, that they fucking love, and then y'all had even footage that they fucking loved The Last Jedi, and then all of a sudden when it became popular, they literally built their brand over lying. Is the podcast guy? You know what? I think he was. I believe he was. I believe Alpha Male Strategy is black, and his wife was white. And I keep saying that name. It might have been a different name. I care so little to do the research to verify. So if it's not you, Alpha Male Strategy, and it's a different name, I apologize. But yeah, his wife was helping him with the talking points. And it was a chubby white girl, and this is his wife, and it was at least either a black or a mixed race black man, for whatever that's worth, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, and I may, if I got some time, and it don't take that long, do the research just to make sure for myself that he's the one I'm thinking of. I forgot when that shit happened, and that was not the worst. Red Pill guy. Remember that shit? What was the guy on he went on Tim Pool's podcast, and he liked it in the butthole. He was on some gay shit. What's the dude? That was a white dude. He was a motherfucking I said every time. But it was a white dude, he was gay. He was an alpha male. He went on Tim Pool podcast. What is that guy's name? Yeah, the beard. He had a beard and everything. Cause they all have a beard and glasses. They all have a beard and glasses, a cigar, and a motorcycle. That's the motherfucking default alpha male look. They 50 years old on some TRT. They got a beard. They got glasses, and they're bald. Oh man, not Vito. No, what was this guy's name? I can't think of this motherfucker's name. One of y'all gonna get it. No, what was this guy's name? He was one of the earlier guys in the alpha male red pill space. But he was into like gay shit. I can't remember what his name was. He was into like butt plugs and stuff. I just remember he was on Tim Pool. He had that default look. Bearded cuck fella. I mean, it's a lot of them. They because that's they look. He was into cuckery and he was into gay shit. He was into butt plugs. But he was trying to teach. He's gonna teach you how to be an alpha male. But that's the look. Is to be bald headed, have a beard, be in your 40s or 50s, maybe do TRT, maybe be in shape, maybe not. The best if you could kind of be on TRT but still out of shape. Oh, see, I think we all remember this motherfucker. Can't remember this motherfucker name. Let me try to whoop this anime demon first, which not getting off to the best start. Oh shit. Well, we're not. We're gonna have to go another. That's it. God damn it. He's the reason them fool got swatted a bunch. I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't believe I hit this. Oh my God. I can't remember this dude's name. But that whole alpha male thing, it's not 2020 anymore, man. There were so many gimmicks that worked in 2020 because it was 2020 and everybody was isolated and that was the first time millions of people had the time to just stop and think. And, a lot of bullshit hit a lot of people's ears. I didn't necessarily follow that guy or alpha male strategy. I was aware of it though, and I heard some of the red pill stuff, just like everybody else. Oh, jeez. To Tom something. Oh my goodness. Yeah, don't trust anyone that calls somebody a life coach. How the fuck? What makes you so smart to be a life coach. Get the fuck out of here. Never knew. I'm sorry to put this shit in your life, Richard. You should, cause this shit is dumb. I wish I didn't know about this shit. I wish I didn't know all this shit existed. But I spent too much time on the internet after 2020. You know, 2020 affected me too. Affected me up bad. Main reason I got all this fucking extra weight. I'm trying to get off. Only real regret. I wish I'd been releasing music this whole fucking time. Yes, I see a ball in his tight suit, cigar, waving around money. And I'm sick of the hustle culture. Oh, you got to work 50 jobs and all this. Bro, your mom or your dad's the reason you rich. Stop stunting. It's a bunch of Nepo babies trying to tell you how you should be living your life, how you need to hustle more. That's some bullshit. Hey, Tom, that's better advice that you'll ever get from a life coach. No one gives a shit, figure it out. That's way better than what you're going to get from 90% of life coaches. Damn it. Jab more. Got him. Jack Murphy. God damn it, for mid-ruin. I ought to send you a prize. That's the motherfucker's name. Oh my God. Thank you so much for mid-ruin. Oh shit. I thought about doing giveaways. That you would have won the giveaway. You would have win a prize. I need to just have shit to give away to y'all for that. Because you deserve it. Jack Murphy is this asshole's name. Jeez. Oh, fuck. It took forever. I was never going to guess. Yeah, he's a weird cut. They're all weird, man. The only legitimate ways to get rich quick are illegal. Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately, that's the truth. Jack fucking Murphy. Jack off Murphy, yes. Jesus Christ. Thank you for Ruin. A chatterbait streamer that pays himself. Yeah, he was in a weird cuckold and gay shit. But he'll teach you how to be a real man. Man, read the Bible. You want to learn how to be a man, read the Bible. Straight up. And I'm not, Lord knows I'm not somebody who's leading this great, virtuous life, the life that I wish I could lead. Yeah, he liked watching men fuck his wife. And he liked pegging himself at the same time. But he was an alpha male coach. He was teaching men how to be strong young men. He's a legitimate, when we call him a cuck, that's not a rage bait. That's legitimately, he was a legitimate cuckold. Yeah, I do not approve putting it in the Brown. Oh, I don't know how much he charged, but he did charge. They all got workshops. They all got train. He did charge. I'm sure it was at least a 4-figure hit to go to a workshop. At least 4, maybe 5 figures. And if you're serious, you would invest in yourself like that, right? Obviously, who knows more about being a man than a literal cuckold who fucks himself in the ass with toys? Did it include panty sniffing? Probably. $75K a month? God damn, bro. $3,500 a month. See, this now I understand why WrestleMania seats cost 70 grand. Because if somebody got $3,500 a month to pay Jack Murphy, they got 70,000 to go see WrestleMania. There's that class in between the rest of us and the elites that fund everything, and they're willing to spend money that nobody should spend on everything. Men's retreats. Why the fuck would I ever want to pay thousands of dollars to be around a bunch of men I don't know? Why would that ever be the move? What could possibly be valuable about something like that? That's it. Yeah, that's nothing. You know how much money being spent on Gooner comics on Kickstarter? I'd rather not know, but that's a good point. There's some wealthy among us. There's the IT, professionals. They're all allegedly furries. You know what I'm saying? Damn it. Thousands, almost millions. Crazy. Fluffing getaways. That's just okay. Yes, you can cry together. Cry about whatever the fuck led you to the life of cuckoldry. Damn it. Yeah, I like seeing a naked woman too, but the Gooner thing, yeah, it gets crazy. Like, we all like a beautiful naked woman, but like, relax. But they made it into like a thing, like something to be proud of. Yeah, that's a great example. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. Perfect example of why Gooners shouldn't be writers. A fan of Goons shouldn't be writers, yeah. Because now they all fucking lesbians and shit. Why? Because it's perverts. That's it. Shit. No, yeah, nobody can be platonic friends or enemies. Everybody's got to be a couple. The common people I follow: Hey EJ, Lucifer Valentino, Twisted Minds. I don't know who they are or what that is. And Tumblr goons grew up and got hired in Hollywood. Unfortunately. Nice. I do know about Paul. He's the guy fucking Mary Jane instead of Spider-Man. I'm aware of Paul. And he's like a hated character. Are they going to put him in the MCU? Paul. Even though they don't have Mary Jane. I forgot. Zendaya is not Mary Jane. That's always stupid too. What the fuck? I hate MCU Spider-Man. I always have. That's it. Is Mary Jane a man? Well, in that fucking game, it sure looked like it, but I don't know about the character. He has a backstory of a son of a supervillain who won alternate reality. I did not know that. The Goonercracy. Well, shit. That fucking, whatchamacallit game, it sure looks like a man. Bitch look like, Rocky Dennis. Fuck you! Can we stop making Peter Parker look like Jack Murphy, right? Well, they hate Peter Parker. And they think the best way to write Peter Parker is to constantly torture him as a writer and make sure his life is always miserable. And that's like a joke now. Oh, ha, ha. Peter Parker's life has to suck. It's like that. He's supposed to be relatable, but not just, you know, hated for no reason by everyone. Shit. The Men's Retreat DLC. Save it up for that operation. Goonster Crash ruled over. That's it. God damn it. They do want to eventually replace Peter with Gwen. Miles, they gonna try Miles, but the whole point is to get to Gwen. Gwen will be Spider-Man by 2040. God, Miles Bourne fucking comics. The movies are only light for the animation. I agree. Being a Doomer is not relatable. Well, that's what they want us to be, all Doomer and just accept any old fucking thing and keep getting whooped on by anime women in fighting games and just just going along with the flow with no consequence. That they definitely want us all Doomers and mad about everything, so it we easier to manipulate. And you know what? It works. Okay. Stop the agenda. I'm getting whooped on. I think I'm getting to my edge. I may talk a little bit, but I think this is gonna be my last fight. I'm getting whooped on. Since I got y'all here, we'll chat a little bit after the. Jesus. Why do they always got to replace it with a chick or some other shit? Like, Peter doesn't have a daughter, come Spider-Girl. Which is, I liked when they had Mayday Parker back in the 90s. I bought those comics. Because you could, you know why I bought those comics, by the way? You could buy them at the store still. I didn't go to a comic shop to buy those comics. You could buy them at a corner store or whatever, or a grocery store. The last of that era where you really could. Okay, we're done with this. Who are the gay? Oh shit! I forgot about the gay cheerleaders. Apparently, there's been a bunch of organizations that had male cheerleaders. Allegedly, it wasn't just the Vikings. And apparently they've had male cheerleaders for a while in some of these organizations. But just to fuck with people. Just to fuck with people. Cause a little controversy. Get somebody talking. Get them something to talk about with ESPN. Remember, the NFL and ESPN are, what is it? The NFL is a partial owner of ESPN now. So they are, if you were wondering, hey, some of this stuff's just storyline for storyline's sake, now that is an incentive to create the NFL is now incentivized to create storylines for ESPN to talk about because they have a financial interest in it. They already had a financial interest, but now they really have a financial interest. Yeah, the original cheerleaders technically were men. But they just want you to talk about something. That's the real reason. Sorry, I just hit the Benjamin. I'd rather have Mayday, Parker, and Gwen as well. It's all put a chicken and make it gay and lame. Male cheerleaders always been around. Those huge barrel chested dudes. Yeah, usually, yeah. If you look at the male cheerleaders in like college, yeah, they usually is like a 6'5" barrel chested dude throwing a skinny girl in the air, catching her type shit. But yeah, the guys they picked are not that. They're not that for the Vikings. The T quit the Panthers. Yeah, there's no test around. The Panthers got those male cheerleaders too. I saw the Vikings. I didn't know if other teams were, but are they aspiring male strippers? They kind of look like it. Marvel should have died when they made Spider-Man reset his talent. Yeah, that was one of the worst storylines ever. After being happy and old Aunt May died, he's like, let me make a deal to destroy my happy life. That was so terrible. And maybe that's why the writers feel like, you sold your soul to the devil. And isn't that fucked up they did that with Spider-Man? One of the most popular characters in his own main storyline sold his soul to the devil. They got Spider-Man to sell his soul to the devil. It was 2008, 2009. I remember that because, one of the few eras where I was actually reading comics week to week, month to month. And was reading Spider-Man week to week, month to month. Absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. At a basketball game, so the Utah State male cheerleaders do backflips so they can hit each other. Holy shit. But yeah, that was horrible. Why are they pandering? The USA's money dried up. Well, they still want to corrupt the youth for the sake of it. Yeah, Miles Morales has no character. What does he do? What has happened to him? Where's his storylines? Where's his Gwen Stacy moment? When is his, challenges storylines they had to deal with it? He sold his marriage to the devil, but it's the same, same thing. Now you got TDS, Cotton. Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party for pissing off liberals. Now you're a bleeding heart liberal. How about that, Cotton? Welcome to the party, pal. Oh yeah, they still do got social credit scores, DEI scores, bridge. That's what it is. The NFL, well, we came back Forbidden Ruin, so they back on their bullshit. Remember when they first had that dip and ratings and they snapped back and they started getting rid of shit and they started erasing everything they could, trying not to offend nobody. Well, we came back after that shit, so they like, oh, well, we could hit y'all back with that bullshit again because y'all gonna come back. And plus they just made this deal with ESPN and just secured themselves even more money over the next few years. And, they got, in order to even watch the games, you're going to have to pay one of these damn streaming services. They so caked up with money, they don't give a fuck no more. Oh, shit, carbon credits, which still don't make sense to me. Why do we have to play why do I have to pay to use energy even more? Miles shouldn't be called Spider-Man except for marketing purposes. Original names don't sell. Well, I mean, there is that. I know people don't want to hear this. There is the idea of a quote unquote mantle thing, but because you have like Wally West was the Flash. You have all the different Green Lanterns. Obviously, that's DC. It's not Marvel. Spider-Man is not a character that you mantleize, right? Though I guess you've had different people be Batman, right? But not for a long period of space. It's not like an alternate. I guess they got the alternate universe where Thomas Wayne is Batman and shit. I don't know. At this point, man, even as a guy who's a vigilante and has the whole mask gimmick, I really... Barry Allen was dead for 20 years. He was one of the few characters that kept dead for a long time. Then, of course, they brought him back. But I'm just done with superheroes. I'm very excited about this Batman Lego game, Lego Batman 4, whatever it is. The Dark Knight, it seems like they put a lot into this. They basically adapted the Arkham engine, and this seems like a lot of popularity. We said Trump made it. Oh, yeah, I did see that. Trump made it illegal to burn an Israeli flag. Then he made it illegal to burn an American flag, which he caught backlash both ways because of it's a free speech statute that says you can burn the American flag. But yeah, America first, obviously. Yeah, superhero fatigue. I got superhero fatigue. And all the fatigues they talk about nowadays, that one I think, man. Like Lego Batman. A lot of people like the Lego Batman movie. I like the first Lego movie, and I never saw the Lego Batman movie. He was funny in the Lego movie, Batman. Dead parents and all that other dumb shit. But now he's letting in 60,000 Chinese. China first. Everything. This is America first, man. And you can't convince nobody that love him that he ain't doing the right thing. And like, I can understand agreeing with some of it, but it's just like, man, this is obvious what he's doing. Like, he's corporations first. If there's anyone in America first, it's corporations first. But it's Israel first, China, globalists first. Globalists first. But yeah, I got superhero fatigue, man. I'm superhero fatigued out. What we're watching a death blow. I think that Doomsday sounds like it's a disaster. It's probably gonna be a shitty movie. DCU is dead. I don't know how the DCU resurrects itself. They put everything in the Superman and they failed commercially, and now they're failing culturally, doing dumb shit that nobody wants. So I think they're dead. They don't even have a script finished for this Doomsday thing, and they're reshooting it. It's probably going to be a disaster that doesn't make any fucking sense. And then they're just going to retcon it anyway. I think superhero movies are dead. Practically. DC themselves, Warner Brothers themselves, wants to do less of them per year. They only want to do 1 or 2 per year, and they want to focus on original properties, or at least increase the focus on original properties. Do some established properties, some original properties, and lower the superhero movies per year. So I think more studios are going to go that route. At the end of the day, the MCU was lightning in the bottle. Like it, hate it, or love it, from 2008 to 2019, from Iron Man to Endgame, was lightning in a bottle, the whole thing. They're never going to do that again. And they're never going to exist in a world where they can print billion-dollar checks every movie. They got to lower these movie budgets, because you're not going to get more than 500, 600 million for a lot of these movies. You're just not. So you got to get it done for 150 million or less if you're putting out a movie, because you're not getting that much more. So said bring back westerns. Westerns will be cheaper. Yeah, Booster. Yeah, you said that in the comments. Booster Gold is gonna be Indian, so that's dope. The 2 largest power companies in Minnesota are owned by Blackstone and carry the CCP, of course. Blackstone and BlackRock and Vanguard own everything we know and love. DC is a zombie mode. Yeah, the Justice Gang. Now would be the time to bring back westerns. They're a lot cheaper. They're a lot cheaper. You don't think it's a good move to sell your power grid to your enemy? Really? Yeah, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you sell your power grid to your enemy? By the way, did I say thank you. I say thank you, listeners, for the sticker earlier. Hopefully, I did. It just hit me like, wait, you threw a sticker out there. Comedies would be nice. Bring back comedies. Make comedies funny again. And not that bullshit. You know, we saw that one trailer they were trying to make it to a comedy. That looked terrible. With Drewski, Theo Von. It's like, okay, I get it. You're trying to get to the new generation, but that looked horrible. One of the first thing Biden did his first day was sell black on a power grid to China first day. Isn't it funny how the same thing happens no matter who the president is? Isn't that funny how our grid is just for sale no matter who the fucking president is? The Machine was a bad movie. I don't even remember The Machine. Shit, that's another thing. Hollywood itself is dead, man. They done got people out of the habit of going to see these movies, and these movies ain't fucking good anyway. I don't want to see this bullshit. Like, who the fuck want to see any of these fucking bullshit movies they putting out today? Does anybody want to see any of these movies? Now, a new Super Troopers. I did like Super Troopers. But you know what I would have liked the new Super Troopers, Cotton? 2000, when did it come out? 2004? 2006 or 2007? That would have been nice to do it then. There are no original stories. And there are, listen, that's not true. There are original stories. They just don't want to put the money behind it, but they're not going to have a choice because everything else is failing. They've wasted and they've ran through all established property. You burnt through Star Wars, you burnt through Marvel, you burnt through DC, you burnt through Fast and the Furious, you burnt through every major property that made you money. You gotta start fucking over. You've already done a Ghostbusters reboot, a Terminator reboot, or whatever the fuck. Alien, y'all talking about the Alien series, the Lord of the Rings content. Any property you could, you did a Naked Gun movie no one asked for. Any fucking property. You motherfuckers have a Honeymooners movie with Cedric the Entertainer. Any fucking property you can put out, you've done. We don't want to see it. You have to start from scratch. You have to rebuild the movie theaters. Throughout the history of the movie theaters, it's always said when a VCR came out, oh, this is going to kill the theaters. DVD came out, oh, this is going to kill the theaters. And finally streaming came out, and yeah, they said it was, and it kind of did, but what really killed the theaters isn't streaming, it isn't COVID, it is lack of creativity and talent. That's what killed the movie theaters. That's what killed the movie theaters. Lack of creativity, lack of talent, lack of being... everybody just wants to be status quo. Everybody just wants to do what everybody else is doing. Nobody wants to be a maverick. Nobody wants to be creative anymore. And they lost the medium. Meanwhile, the medium just got more and more expensive to go to a theater. Corpo's killed it, yep. Corpo's killed it. Got to start adapting books again, maybe. Which, you know, adapting books is how Hollywood got started. Maybe. Ooh, Cell Bomber. Lifted all the restrictions on Chinese processing USB. Isn't that lovely? Enjoy the formaldehyde Soylent Green sandwich. But yeah, book adaptations is what Hollywood was built on, to be honest. Talking about original properties. But, so it's not like, obviously Hollywood had been adapting things from the beginning. That's started off with adapting books, right? But I think those are, you know, you did better adapting books into film than anything else, honestly. I think there's a reason book adaptation kind of was the best. Yeah, Cat Williams was not lying. Cedric does suck ass. Cinema slop. Just read the book, forget adapting into shit. How did Disney come to own Tron? I couldn't even tell you. I don't know how Disney owns all the they were able to launder their way to get more money than all these other studios and then buy them up. You know what I mean? And Disney has way too many properties. If you did have antitrust law, it should have done something a long time ago about Disney, but here we are. The Disney Mafia. Did they make Tron? Okay. And the original movie was Disney. Okay. Did not know that. Actually, no, I did know that now that you mention it. I did know that. Because they had rides and shit like that at the park. Alice in Wonderland, yeah. Alice in Wonderland is a book created by Lewis Carroll. They can fuck off, they don't own it. You know, that's Disney was all made off of fairy tales. It's crazy that they've been one of the biggest enforcers of intellectual property when all of their intellectual property was adapted from public domain works. Pretty much, you know, that main Disney animation, you know, Snow White, Alice in Wonderland, Sleeping Beauty, all that stuff, that's public domain. Fairy tales that go back, you know, years and years and years. Well, fucks my mind, says Forbidden Rule is Disney bought all this shit, turned it into trash for girls, and blame men. The original theory behind buying Marvel and Star Wars was they could market to boys. And then instead they made it for men and blamed men. I don't get it. It's man's fault for letting women out of the kitchen. Mad Hatter was right. I stand on it. You talk about in the DCAU where I get what you saying. Like, he went through all this shit for this date with this girl, and then she got right back with her boyfriend the next turn. It's like, man, this motherfucker went all out. You sound like somebody on Instagram. He got snow, but he did go all out for this shit. He get back with her ex. He said, fuck this. I'm going to use mind control for this bitch. This bitch got to go. Nah, Mad Hatter, a creepy character. But yeah, you look at the DC, the Batman animated series, that's exactly what happened. Mad Hatter, he has a crush on a coworker. She break up with her ex, or did he break her up? I can't remember if he broke her up with her ex or they broke up organically. But she finally go on a date with him, and he go all out on this fucking date, and then the next day she get back with her ex. He just said, fuck, he wasn't going to live with it. He wasn't going to live with it. Her ex was abusive and yelled at him, and she went right back with him. Jervis is right. Yeah, he wasn't going to live with it. He kidnapped everybody and just said, fuck it. It just became a villain from then on out. What Disney did to the Hunchback is unforgivable. I was never familiar with the Hunchback, and I never liked that Disney movie. I didn't like a lot of Disney. I mean, I watched a lot of it, and I ain't gonna say I liked none of it. It was stuff, there's certainly stuff I liked, but I never liked The Little Mermaid. I liked The Lion King. Beauty and the Beast was okay. I like Gargoyles, the cartoon. I did like that. And some of the cartoon TV shows, DuckTales, Darkwing Duck. But as far as that whole Aladdin, I liked Aladdin. But that Disney 90s era, and I was a kid during that area, a lot of that shit was overrated. I didn't want to leave a kitchen to work as a cop or garbage truck. I'll stay in there, yeah. Can't use public domain until whatever it is loses relevance. I think there's still a lot of public domain properties that if the right writer put together the right project, you could put together something dope. We standing for Jervis Tech. They killed Old Yeller, yeah. I like the Disney Hunchback movie, even though I knew they all died in the original book. I don't want liberation. I want cookies. It said Aladdin was a creep. OG, back to your corporal cubicle. I don't want liberation. I want cookies. Hey, you need to print that shirt up. Start selling the shirt. Zorro was solid in the 50s. I remember they did that Zorro reboot in the 90s with Antonio Banderas. Was it Anthony Hopkins? And was it Catherine Zeta-Jones or Salma Hayek? Go back to the kitchen, Batman Beyond. That's crazy. Like I said, Disney wanted to keep Mickey as an advertising icon so they extended copyright. Yeah. Which some of that it's falling into public. Like the Steamboat Willie stuff is falling into public domain. Like you still can't use the red, black, and white version of Mickey, but the original. Because there's that game they've been working on for fucking 5 years called Mouse. Hopefully that game actually fucking drops. It's like an indie game. It's a shooter, but it has that old 1910s, 20s, 30s style animation, that old turn of the century style animation. What the hell are we watching?
Get back in the kitchen.
Oh, yep. I remember this. Hold on.
Get back in the kitchen.
Well, she was outside the kitchen. That's crazy work. Crazy work. You can't take out a loan order for DoorDash. I'm surprised they haven't stopped that. I heard they lost a lot of money doing that shit. I heard they lost a lot of money. Motherfuckers just paying the first payment and not paying them the rest. If you defaulted a loan for a chalupa, goddamn, the economy that bad. Why she sad though? Kitchens are fun. Well, the feminists say you're not supposed to be able to take care of yourself and you need to depend on the system. I mean, that you should be liberated and not need the kitchen. Must be a non-cooking Karen. Yo, Batman Beyond was lit. But yeah, the feminists don't want you to be able to take care of yourself. They want you to depend. Oh no. Completely on the system in every way, shape, form, and fashion. Just like everything else, it's completely dependent on the system. And why did I say oh no? Well, okay, we get it. They say acceptable back then. Like, man, that was only like 5, 8, 10 years ago. I guess it was like 10 years ago now, huh? No, they won't. They wouldn't even make. They wouldn't make any of the DCU today, and I know that because anytime they've tried, including using some of the DCU assets, it never comes out good. Like the recent stuff, like that stupid. They made a stupid Harley Quinn movie. I even made fun of it recently because a clip of her smashing fucking Nightwing, and then they made some Justice League movie, and both to me were not good. They don't have the talent, yeah. They literally just don't have the talent. Compared to the broader world, kitchens are a haven of peace. Well, women are supposed to hate kitchens, so women are supposed to not have, again, they don't want you to have the ability to take care of yourself. And they want you to feel empowered by not being able to function. You should feel your empowerment by a corporate title. That's how you validate yourself. You're winning in the corporate world. That's where validation comes from. Everything else, including even you taking care of yourself as a physical, that's secondary. Nothing's more important than validation from the corporal job that you have. That will replace the second we can get, as Cincha would call them, Jeets. So second we get enough Jeets to AI you out of your job, we'll get rid of it. Which hasn't really worked either, by the way. They've been putting a lot of stuff towards AI. AI is not paid off. AI has destroyed a lot of resources and helping destroy a lot of rural area, and even not so rural area in some of these cities like Memphis and other cities where they're putting up data centers. But AI is not paying off. It's just a huge money sink for results that are worse than what we used to get in Google in 2012. So I don't know, the AI hype is going to start to die down. We got all these clanker jokes and stuff. Hollywood does run their talent out of town. Hollywood wants all of their talent, and the whole entertainment industry wide. This includes the music industry, includes the gaming industry, everything in entertainment. They want the least talented, most malleable people because they believe that people are sheeple and that the brand trumps everything. That if we have a brand like Madden, you'll buy it whether it's fixed or not. And a lot of times they're correct. We have a brand like 2K, you'll buy it whether it's fixed or not. We have a brand like Marvel, you'll go see it whether it's good or not. We have a brand like whatever, you'll do it because we have a brand like the NFL, you'll pay, hundreds of dollars in streaming services because our brand is so strong and you're such a sheeple, you're going to do it. And there's enough people to do it that no matter how many people complain, will still be profitable. And unfortunately, they're correct on a lot of things, but they're not always correct all the time, as we're seeing with this. They had the superhero movies, but yeah. Google AI suggested keeping pizza toppings in place by using glue. That sounds delicious. AI is danger. Yeah, on some level it is, but I think it's not ready for prime time. And they're pushing it out like it's ready for prime time, but it's not. Google AI, always said that. As they try to make a non-political animation based upon DC Comics, they try to adapt modern comics that aren't good, or aren't apolitical, because most of modern comics, the past 10, 15 years came up in that political era. Oh, no, I can't deal with self-driving cars. I'll never be getting one. I'll never get one knowingly. Nah. They're banking on AI because systems got too complicated to manage. I think they're still bottlenecked by the complicated nature of systems. I don't think AI is going to save them with that. Dearborn, Michigan? That was not too far from. I grew up around Southfield and on the west side. Dearborn's on the west side too. Dearborn looks like lately. Let me tell you something. Dearborn, Michigan has been a part of the Middle East since I was a kid. That's all. It's the biggest Middle Eastern since I was a kid. It's been the most Middle Eastern people outside the Middle East are in Dearborn, Michigan. So if you talk about Dearborn, it's like, yeah, it's not a that's been that way. It's been a part of the Middle East since I was a youngster. That's not new. That's not a feature. It's a bug, or not a bug. It's a feature. I'm trying to say. Computer programs use AI to write code. It took an hour for them. They spent 8 hours debugging it, and they could have wrote it quicker, more functional. Yeah. Pre-order while seeing GTA 6. That's crazy. Okay, what are we playing? And then we're probably going to get out of here once I get to the...
How we're moving. One drunk man.
Oh, this is hilarious. Ladies, we love you. We love you, ladies. We love you, ladies. We just having a little fun.
How we're moving. One drunk man is more intelligent than 3 women with PhDs. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh shit. Only thing people know about GTA 6 is the strip clubs, and that convinced them to pay $120. They'll pay anything for GTA 6. This is why the corpos aren't 100% wrong. Certain brands are so strong they can sell anything. That's why they know they can take their time with GTA 6. They're still making money from GTA 5 to this day, and they still will. AI is knowing why kids befriending it because we are in the Shadowverse, and there's everything's hopeless, and nobody has friends anymore. So people are befriending the AI. Yeah, that's been Dearborn. Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to Michigan. Welcome to Michigan, guys. Welcome to Michigan. Even though I'm in Texas, so I'm in North Mexico anyway. Sand bunnies, yeah, quite a bit. I don't think AI will work either. They do. I think AI is going to be a flop. They also thought the metaverse was going to work. They were all invested in the metaverse, and that flop. Yeah, it's been a long time. Been like that for a long time. Oh, yeah, you in Ohio. North Michigan, a.k.a. Kansas, you would know. New cars suck. Oh, my God. I have an old car, and it sucks because they were already starting to do that bullshit. They were building them so you couldn't fix them yourself. And, yeah, you got to have the code reader plugged in, the code reader, yeah. Now it's not longer the case. Maybe the EU is caught up. I'm sure they have now. But When I was younger, when I was a youngster, Dearborn was the most Middle East people outside the Middle East. Now, that's probably not true no more. You're right. Because, yeah, the UK and just the EU in general. Yeah, Sam Bunny thing's crazy. Yeah, you're probably not wrong. You're right. If Warner Brother was smart, they would make a Green Arrow movie. I mean, that CW show was successful until they went off the rails. And I heard that they are actually bringing back the CW Flash for the DC universe. We'll see what they do. I think the DCU is doomed. I think they hired the wrong guy. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been J.J. Abrams because they did hire him at one point. I don't know what happened to that. But James Gunn's not the guy. They got to at least hire out different directors for these movies. If you want him to be your Feige, which is stupid enough, at least get other people to make these movies. Not paying over $30 for GTA 6, I wouldn't. I would not. The more you hold, the less you know. Yeah, there you go. That you put that on a T-shirt too. Even the kids of Fate, especially in the hood. A Green Arrow, Green Arrow movie should be low budget. You should be. Hell, they should be able to do a Batman movie low budget. They just don't. That just comes with discipline. They want to throw CG at everything, and then the CG looks worse because they got less time to complete it, and it's all overpriced and undervaluable because it's just these studios are so stupid the way they run things. But the reason you see CG in movies and it looks so bad and it's so expensive, it costs more than ever, and it looks worse than ever, is because they're paying for crunch. They're paying for people to work all these extra hours of overtime and all this extra cost instead of they don't shoot practical and mix practical with CG. They just have them act on green screen stages and then act as if these visual artists basically do the whole movie with themselves, and they just think, oh, we'll just throw money at that, and that'll make it all better, and it ends up looking shit because everybody's crunching, and it costs $700 million to make. Then they gotta pay all the extra millions to market the shit. It's just like, this is a nightmare. This has to stop. It has to stop. And AI is not going to be the answer with that either. Why can't there be a low budget superhero movie like Green Arrow? You don't need the city being destroyed. I don't know. Ask David Zaslav. Michigan a bit. Like I said, this is not new with Michigan. This is absolutely not new with Michigan. I didn't say I said it. They should make a new the Bismarck movie. Bismarck movie. Can you say? Well, I guess they let you guys say it. Yeah, that will require the studio to plan out ahead of time. These studios don't even have a finished script. Maybe because it was a quotes. Maybe. But they let them say it. At least on in the text. But I mean, yeah, they don't even have that damn Dr. Doom. And we're at the end of you guys' message, so we are going to get out of here. But fucking Doomsday is the biggest movie that Marvel and Disney has, and they don't even have a fucking finished script for it. They are doomed. They are doomed. Pun not intended. They are doomed. Superhero movies are doomed. Ryan Reynolds and RDJ are fighting. They're doing all sorts of shit. More CG, more money just to deal with that fighting and a month of reshoots. They're fucked. So everybody who's tired of superhero movies, you're getting your day because it's over. They're going to put out this Dr. Doom or Doomsday or whatever. I don't see how they could possibly make the budget back, even if they make, $900 million, $800 million, $1 billion, because of how much money they're spending in this. They'll probably never make the budget back. So they're just gonna have to write off the L, which they don't care about money laundering in Hollywood. But after that, they'll do one more movie, Secret Wars, and that'll be it. I don't think there will be any interest, any new. You'll have still, because they did have a generation of people. If you were 10 or younger when the first Iron Man came out, you grew up and the MCU was always a thing, your entire existence. And so you think of it as something that's just a part of movies. It is synonymous with movies. It is movies to you. So the younger fans will still be there, and you'll still have some of the people who didn't get fatigued, but they are no longer the mainstream $1 billion every single movie audience. That's dead. They got two more potential. Well, they maybe have three because that's Spider-Man. They have Doomsday, Spider-Man, Secret Wars. Those will be the last movies that'll make $1 billion of superhero movies for at least 4 or 5 years. If they make it. If they don't make it, then it's still Endgame, I think. Because I don't think, when's the last time a superhero movie went over $1 billion? It's been a while. I think it's probably Endgame. So that's, remember, Endgame is now 6 years ago. Going on 7, going on 8. It'll be 10 years before you know it. So it is what it is. It's Fantastic Four. Yeah, shit, that didn't do anything. Fantastic Four. Oh, that just wasted a few weeks of content. That was a major bomb. They're nowhere close making their money back on that. So all these movies have bombed. Even Superman, yeah, it made $600 million, but they paid at least that. So, oh yep, the last one was the Spider-Man. It was Spider-Man No Way Home because of Tobey Maguire. Everybody wanted to see Tobey in the new Spider-Man, so that was the last. So that's the last movie to make $1 billion, and that was a Sony movie. That really wasn't. It is an MCU movie, but it really wasn't. And same with the upcoming Spider-Man, the Brand New Day. And what have they done with all these Spider-Man movies? Add in everybody else. The first one was really Iron Man 4, even though he didn't have a big role. Well, he had a decent role. He was still a very important character in it, and all he did was shit on him. But having Tony Stark in the movie, having Iron Man in the movie, that was the big draw for the first one. Then it was after Tony Stark's death in the second movie, and then the third, and then you still had a bunch of MCU characters like Nick Fury and whatnot in it. Honestly, that movie probably had the least extra help. But then, of course, with the third one, you need Doctor Strange, you need Tobey Maguire, you need Andrew Garfield. With this one, you're going to need the Hulk, you're going to need Punisher and all this other stuff. Anything but let Spider-Man stand on his own, too. Anything but let Spider-Man be his own character. He's got to be a part. He's got to have all this help to get him over. So they'll have that. They got these 2 Avengers movies, and that'll be the end. And if they don't make $1 billion with each movie, because they really need to just break even, they're in even more trouble. I don't see how a rebooted universe works, but we will see. Pedro Pascal's fucking point. Well, he's in everything. He's just a dude. He's just a dude with anxiety. Yeah, they did kind of make him a Iron Man villain because he used to work for Stark in that thing. The ADL. I thought you were talking about Dallas Cowboys shit. We were talking about the ADL. Spider-Man with babysitters. Yep. Antiseptic. Pedro Pascal. He just has anxiety, guys. He just has anxiety. Even though if I was whoever the fuck was married to the girl who played Invisible Woman, woo, bro. Ain't no way I'm gonna let this dude rub all on my girl in all these damn interviews, bro. But Hollywood loves Pedro Pascal. Hollywood loves him. He's the if you don't know what to do, put Pedro Pascal in the movie. If you don't know what to do, he doesn't look anything like Reed Richards. Doesn't matter. Just put him in the movie. Put him in the movie. We don't know what there was the era where you just put The Rock in the movie no matter what for no reason. Pedro Pascal, this is his era to just be in the movie for no reason. What came out about Pedro? Well, there's this joke because of, and I will say this, it's not all him. Some of it is the chicks themselves too. I see Sabrina Carpenter on SNL. It looked like she was very much into being touched by Pedro. So he supposedly has anxiety, and it throughout the whole promoting the Fantastic Four, Vanessa Kirby is her name. Him and Vanessa Kirby were very, very touchy. And the excuse was, well, he has anxiety, but it looks like it's deeper than that. I grab titties when I'm anxious. That's what's up. Not watching that garbage 4 movie. Yeah, I'm not watching that. And Johnny Storm, I don't know who did his hair and makeup. Whoever was playing Johnny Storm just looks so fucking weird in that movie. He just doesn't even look like a real person. Grab OG's titties. Oh, Jesus. So, yeah, on that bombshell, I think it's time to end. We got 2.5 hours. This was supposed to be an hour stream. Clearly, that didn't happen. But thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you guys turning out. We are putting out content. A lot of it sports related, some of it opinion. I'm trying to do more shorts. We'll be putting out music content as well before you know it. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do, because I got to keep active on this social media shit. If you like Instagram, if you don't, then don't. You know what I mean? Fuck it. So if you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged, share and subscribe. Please do that. Even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night. God bless. I'm talking to all you guys later. Peace.